All right, welcome back to our coverage of this 2016 SEMA show. We're here in Central Hall. We come across the Flowmaster booth, and I found Roger from Ironworks. We're going to talk to him a little about his latest creation. Roger, what's going on, man?
Just hanging out, another day at SEMA.
Cool. Having fun. Now, you're no stranger to SEMA. You bring some of the sickest cars. What did you bring this year?
Well, we brought a couple cars, but the one that we're focusing on here is a 57 Chevy that we partnered with Whipple Superchargers to display some of their new supercharger products. They have a huge 4.5 liter supercharger it's got a special throttle body that they developed so that you don't have to run dual throttle bodies. I mean, we dynoed this motor with the 2.9 as this one wasn't done, and it made 950 horsepower on the small blower.
Yeah. Well, I was trying to wrap my head around the car. I was walking around it, and you're kind of creating something new here because it's part looking Ferrari with some diffusers and some carbon. It's pro touring with the big motor and the blower, American style, and it's a 57 Chevy. It's a classic car. What were you going for with that?
Honestly, I was terrified when we were going through the process that you're dealing with a 57 Chevy. My mom knows what a 57 Chevy looks like. That's the quintessential car. And just like, you know, in my idea, there's guys who can mess up a 67 C10 truck because that's a great looking truck in my book, and you don't want to mess it up. And I really felt a lot of pressure in this, that you don't want to just put some crazy trim on the side or, you know, put Buick trim or whatever it is that you do to do things that are different, but what do you do differently to this? And so we tried some things, and I'm really happy with the way that it came out because it still is very much 57 Chevy. We did a lot of stuff that's very tasteful, and it still is carbon and still modern and still, I mean, it's an airbagged 57 Chevy on HRE wheels that has carbon fiber, all kinds of stuff. And we got Sid Shavers, who's not known for doing this kind of interior, to do a fabulous job on something outside of the box.
Oh, it's a home run. I mean, everything works. The color is incredible. What was the inspiration for the color?
You know, everybody does Nardo gray, and so we didn't want to do what everybody else did, and we found this Telesto gray on Instagram that, you know, you find some cool picture of a Lamborghini and you go to that guy's page and find out that they hashtagged it the color, and you look it up and go, oh, that's cool. And we didn't even know until we took it outside it had pearl in it, because it doesn't look like it has pearl in it sitting here.
You make it sound so easy. It's like, yeah, you just pick a color, you do this, you do that. But we all know it's not easy. We know that there's thousands of hours in this thing, and you've been in this business a long time. Tell us a little bit about your shop.
I mean, we're a small shop. We have 9,800 square feet in Bakersfield, California. I've been doing this for 15 years. I got laid off from another job and had some guys that were going to pay me to do some work, and just always trying to raise the bar. There's some things I want to up the ante on. My team killed it this year there was just no quit. So I'm stoked on that, and we're just guys who care and want to try and do the best, and we're a little creative, and we've been really lucky to get good customers that think we're good dudes.
Well, we're stoked you brought this. We're stoked that you worked so hard, and we're really happy you spent some time with us, Roger. Thanks a lot. Congratulations, and the best for you in the future, and we'll see you again SEMA next year, I'm sure.
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. Well, thanks. Stay tuned for more SEMA coverage 2016. We're going to be in Central Hall checking out some more cars. We're in the Central Hall outside in the Toyo booth. We've come across this heavily modified Charger built by Bruce from Pro Comp Customs out of Pittsburgh. So we found Bruce. Let's get him in here and talk about this thing. What's up, man?
What's going on? Happy to be here.
Awesome, dude. Thanks for coming and spending some time with us.
More than happy.
We're coming in here. We came into the Toyo booth. We see this Charger. We don't know what's going on with it, but something obviously is different. Now, you're kind of known for building some radical stuff. Tell us a little bit about your shop in Pittsburgh.
Well, we do everything at our shop. We try to be different. We try to do everything different. We're not trendy. We got some awesome fabricators, body guys. I do all the painting, and we got wiring geniuses. So we kind of like all work together as a team and make it happen.
So one-stop shop. You kind of got to cover everything.
Oh, yeah.
I notice you're in the Toyo booth again. This isn't your first rodeo. Explain a little bit about your relationship with Toyo.
Well, we hooked up with them last year, and we had a chopped and sectioned Camaro here that was a big hit. It was the star of the Toyo booth, which they were really happy about. So we were able to get here the second year. And we're hoping that we can keep coming back and building different stuff every year.
Right on. Well, we hope you come back too. Now, you had me scratching my head on this thing. Tell us a little bit about the modifications, motor, air ride, all that stuff. There is so much going on.
Okay, well, you know it's chopped and sectioned, of course, and pretty much every panel's been changed on the outside. But when it comes to the drivetrain, it's all on an air ride. It's got a round tube chassis, double round tube chassis with a full roll cage. It's an R5 NASCAR style motor, which is putting out 730 horsepower, and it's all fuel injected with the 8-stack, Borla throttle bodies. All the sheet metal up front is all hand formed, and we built the headers.
Big power, big wheels, big tires. It's obviously on air ride.
Yes, air ride, yes.
Have you used the Endo VT, the new tank with the valves in it?
Oh yeah, I love it. It works great. I love it. Way better than all the rest of them out there. I love it.
Tons of work, man. I mean, obviously, were you guys in the SEMA crunch like everybody else, or were you okay on schedule for this?
We thought we were okay on the schedule with this. We had 7 months, which isn't a whole lot of time, but it started creeping up fast. And on the way here, we were in the trailer a few times finishing things up. So we had a 35-hour ride and about 8 hours in the trailer.
Man, well, I'll tell you, all worth it. People love it. I love it. You killed it, man. Thanks for spending time with us.
Thank you.
Look forward to more builds in the future.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
All right, still hanging out here in the Toyo booth, SEMA 2016 with AccuAir. We're cruising around. We come across one of the sickest Corvettes I've ever seen. Wide body, looks like a full-on race car. We were lucky enough to find the owner, Angie King. She's going to tell us a little bit about it. Let's get her in here. Angie, what's going on?
Thanks for having me.
Oh man, thanks for coming here. So this thing grabbed our attention from a long ways away. It's obviously got a wide body, some big wheels, low stance. Tell us a little bit about the car.
Well, at first glance, people think it's a Stingray, but actually we facelifted the C6 CR1 and we put the Stingray headlights because we loved it so much. We love the classic taillights of the C6, so we didn't touch that. And it's been a 3-year build, so we've been at it for 3 years. I had a running prototype in the Philippines, which was all fiberglass, and we were testing it, and then finally when actually I crashed into the curb doing a drift session, and we were like, before I destroy it, let's go carbon. So we've been working on it since the start of this year, and the goal was to get it to SEMA.
And here you are, and that's right, you're from Philippines, now in LA. What's that cultural difference like? How's the transition from cars there to cars here?
So back in Manila, we helped change the game for wide bodies, air suspension. Like we brought in all the really useful modifications that people can use on a day-to-day basis, and you know, we were quickly outgrowing our area, and my creativity was thinking like, you know, I need a place where I can get more appreciation. So that's why we went to Los Angeles. It's a big car community. Everyone can afford, everyone loves what we do. So it's interesting, like we get people from like Australia and different parts of the world, they come by and like, yeah, we follow you and such awesome builds. So it's been cool. LA's got the best scene for me because, you know, everyone loves cars. And for us, it's half price to the cars back home. So it makes it easier for make the projects and stuff. Plus, you guys are all here, so it's easy to call you guys like, yo, I need parts.
Well, we're glad to have you, man, and I wish I had that problem with the half-price parts. Now, you mentioned that this thing was carbon. So this whole car is carbon.
So basically, we've removed all the fiberglass parts of the CR1, well, except the hood was carbon, but we removed everything about the car, and we reskinned it and rebodied it. So everything from, you know, the front to the back of the car, the doors are all carbon fiber made in the Philippines. And we've been designing it with John Sibal. He's been helping us out. And it's gone through different phases already. And this is our final phase. We're now coming to market and showing people what we got.
So cool. And now I seen you a little while earlier bouncing on this thing, and I was frightened. I thought the thing was going to bust. So you were standing on the front spoiler, you were standing on the rear spoiler. How do you achieve something so rigid?
Well, you know, one, we wanted to build a performance car. We wanted to make sure that if you took it 300, that you would definitely, nothing would fall off. So the hood and the rear spoiler has foam inserts in between the dry carbon, and it's really meant for rigidity over just looking good.
Yeah, and it looks good with that stance too. Obviously, it's do you have a E-level system on there?
Definitely, it's bagged with the AccuAir VU4 system with the E-level. I've been using AccuAir for like 5-6 years already. I'm, I think, the biggest dealer in Asia.
Really? Icing on the cake? Awesome. Well, we love your car. Thanks for spending time with us.
Thank you so much.
All right, thanks, Angie.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. All right, that wraps up our day here at SEMA 2016. We're going to pick it up tomorrow, see what we can find, see who we can talk to.